Recorded Books and One Click Digital present Unforgiven by B.J. Daniels, narrated by Graham Winton, and directed by Inokenti Aksentiev.
Chapter 1. The wind howled down the crazy mountains, rocking the pickup as Sheriff Frank Curry pulled to the side of the narrow dirt road. He hadn't been to this desolate spot in years. Like a lot of other residents of Beartooth, he avoided coming this way. The afternoon sun slanted down through the dense pines, casting a long shadow over the barrow pit and the small cross nearly hidden among the weeds. The cross, though weathered from 11 years of harsh Montana weather, stood unyielding against the merciless wind that whipped the summer-dried weeds around it. After a moment, Frank climbed out of the truck, fighting the gusts as he waded into the ditch. Someone had erected the wooden cross, though no one knew who. Back then the cross had been white. Years of blistering hot summers and fierce, long, snow-laden winters had peeled away the paint, leaving the wood withered and gray. The brisk fall wind kicked up a dust devil in the road. Frank shut his eyes as it whirled past him, pelting him with dirt. The image he'd spent years trying to banish flashed before him. He saw it again, the young woman's broken body lying in the barrow pit, where it had been discarded like so much garbage. The lonesome moan of the wind in the tops of the thick wall of pines was the only sound on this desolate rural road. That night, standing here as the coroner loaded the body, he'd sworn he would find Ginny West's killer, if it was the last thing he ever did. Now he looked again at the cross that marked this lonely place where Ginny had died. The wind had plastered a dirty plastic grocery bag against its base. Feeling the crippling weight of that vow and his failure, Frank crouched down and jerked the bag free. As he rose to leave, he heard the sound of a motor and looked up to see a small plane fly over. Rylan West lay dazed in the dirt. He'd lost his hat, gotten the air knocked clean out of him, and was about to be trampled by a horse if he didn't move, and quickly. To add insult to injury, as he lay on the ground staring up at all that blue sky, he saw Destry Grant's red and white Cessna 182 fly over. He didn't have to see the woman behind the controls to know it was her plane. Hell, he could call up Destry Grant's face from memory with no trouble at all, and did so with frustrating regularity, even though he hadn't laid eyes on her in more than 10 years. In the past few weeks that he'd been home, he'd made a point of staying out of Destry's way. He told himself he wasn't ready to see her, but a part of him knew that was
Sample complete. Ready to continue?